Good morning, global citizens. Today we are going to an old historic site. It's called Tamgaly. I think it's about 2 hours drive from Almaty city. The same relatives that picked us up for the Bogdanovich Glacier hike are picking us up for this as well. They're showing us this place. So they like to explore. They're like kind of backpackers and explorers, so kind of like us, so they like to bring us around and show us these kind of places. And these petroglyphs are super old, like thousands of years old. It's going to be very interesting. It's my first time seeing petroglyphs outside of the museum. I saw some at the museum, the one that we went to in Almaty, which is awesome. So we're about to head out. Here we go. We just stopped in the middle of nowhere. Kazakhstan's landscape is incredibly beautiful. These are like the steppes, the great steppes, where it's like flat lands, a little bit hilly. The people of Kazakhstan, they used to be nomads not that long ago. So they used to just have a yurt, live where they wanted. They have their horses, they eat from their horse or their cows, and they were free people. These are the great steppes, ladies and gentlemen. Horses, hills, more horses in the middle of nowhere, and these massive mountains in the distance. That was a quick stop. We're gonna go back in the car and head to our destination to see those petroglyphs. This is what being a global citizen is all about. The feeling of being in another country with another energy. Being part of that vibe is magical. Here's the little washrooms behind us. These little outhouses, 1, 2, 3. It's just a hole in the ground basically. There's another dog. He's chasing him. This is the toilet. Just a hole in the ground, that's it, the natural way. Let's look outside and see if we can see Sultana outside recording me while I'm trying to pee. So it's a bit windy out there, so we have just arrived to the place. So the amazing thing here is that there are no tourists. We are the only car. I think there's one more, but I don't even think that's another tourist. So like I explained in the last video, or the one before that, I just said that there's not many tourists in Kazakhstan, so come and enjoy it while it's not crowded, because it's an amazing, incredible piece of land. I have my friend here, and in Russian, this is called a dog is called sabaka. That's the Russian word for dog. And another interesting thing is that there are actually scorpions and black widow spiders out here. Sometimes if you lift a rock, you know, you're looking for stuff, you can actually see a scorpion under the rock, so we have to be a little careful. We got to the first site. So this is Tamgaly burial ground, Bronze Age. You can see how old this place is, guys. Here people were buried in like a bent over position. I guess here you would call it the writhed position, laid on the left side. So all these are burial grounds where people have been buried in that position. So you have to ask yourself, why were they buried in that position, which is pretty interesting. I don't know what the answer is, but all these stones here over there are all different people who were buried, all going all the way up there. Natalie Falls, my aunt, if you're watching, you would love this. This is your kind of stuff right here. Old stones, old artifacts. This is you, so if you're watching, I hope you're enjoying this. Coming up to some horses, guys. Beautiful horses. They're all looking at us with curiosity. I hope they don't attack us. Okay, we're approaching some carvings. Here's some carvings, old stones. What do we have here?
That's a man sitting on the horse.
On a horse, okay. Man sitting on a horse here. Things have been around for so many years. Horses right there, alive and well, in nature. And people making, well, humans making old paintings on stones of horses 3,000 years ago. Here's an archer on a horse. Wow, check out this one. This is, looks like a young Picasso was on the rise. Painting like crazy. This is actually a UNESCO site. I didn't know that. I just found that out. I feel like an archaeologist. Just discovering new things, adventuring, exploring. This is freedom, everybody. Freedom. Fresh air, nobody around, just horses and horse poop and petroglyphs. It's incredible. What more do you need out of life? You don't have to be stuck in the city forever. You can go explore. You can go in places like this. The world is massive. There's land for everybody. There's enough land to explore. Nobody's around. I don't even see buildings in the distance. So my message today, guys, I have just filled my soul with some more exploring and it feels great. I encourage you all to go if you're having second thoughts, or if you're doubting yourself, or if you're scared, then just go for it. I'm almost 100% sure you're gonna have a good time. For the most part. So get out there and explore. The world is ours. We're global citizens, and there's always a way to get what you want. There's always a way to see something that you want. So I know for some people it's harder than others, but if you want it, make it a plan and go after it. So apparently 10 years ago, there was a lot more pictures or petroglyphs on these stones. But now 10 years later, you can see that a lot of these stones are cracking, breaking apart, they're all falling. And probably in the next 10 years, you won't be able to see a lot of these petroglyphs. We've come across some X-rated Zulophile kind of stuff here. I thought this was only in Greece. Okay, so here you can see some people on the bottom here, a whole bunch of people here. And there's some sacrificing going on. It's very amazing to see this. This is ancient history, guys. All along this, you have a sun up here, some kind of sun symbol. Interesting, interesting. I could imagine myself running around 3,000 years ago like this. Playing hide and seek in the Bronze Ages. Here we have the amazing petroglyph that we just saw up there, the special one, the main attraction. And here it is explaining, I mean, here you have it more in depth. You can see it more clearly, and then here they explain. This is the Bronze Age. And back here you have this guy beeping because he's moving the cattle. But here it's basically saying that these are Turkic runic inscriptions in the 9th to 10th century CC. We've just arrived to another petroglyph sighting. This is what you can see over here. See right there, UNESCO. This is the image that we can find over here somewhere. So we're gonna go hunting for it. And you know what? I don't know about you guys, but some freaky stuff here. This looks like an alien. This looks like an eagle man. This looks like a serious alien over here. 3 legs. Maybe the people had tails back then. Okay, so we've come across some alien looking thing. Horses. Horses and deers. This rock is covered with petroglyphs. You have some over there. Let me point. There. This whole rock is kind of covered with them. Here. Okay, this is one of the biggest ones that I've seen so far. This right here, this big bull. So these, in the ancient times, in the Bronze Ages, apparently people love to party. There's a lot of partying going on. All these people dancing, camel on top, drinking camel milk. This big piece fell from up there somewhere. Fell all the way down here. It has a whole bunch of nice petroglyphs on here. It's full of them. So yeah, you can see this place is falling apart, guys. Come and see it before there's nothing left. These are some big designs right here. Guy on a horse. Some big ones up there. Horse over here. Camel. Okay guys, we are done for the day. That was an incredible journey, an incredible adventure. It's our second adventure with Sultana's relatives here, and they always show us a good time. So yeah, saying bye to these ancient petroglyphs. It was a pleasure and an honor to be able to see this, and just to be in the steppes at all. I mean, Kazakhstan, I mean, like, it's such a crazy thing. It's so amazing to be here. How many wars have passed, how many natural disasters have torn through here, and these petroglyphs are still there, those rocks are still there. So I have to give thanks because I was able to see this.